Okay, I'll present my screen now. So you all will be attending the this Saturday, right? I believe Miss Surayani mentioned it's compulsory for all our IT students. About software development, 10:30 a.m. Oh, about the software development. Do you all know about it? I've saved it in my calendar. Miss Surayani shared this yesterday. It's about software development. Speaker is Mr. Bob Julius. I think she included the meet link and the 3 topics about the trends in software engineering, the problems faced during software development and how to solve it, and expectation from the management towards the fresh graduate. If I'm not mistaken, you guys will get to, I think you're eligible for the soft skill point now. Okay. All right. So the first one is the quizzes, right? I saw it already. Now it's week 7. Reports. Yeah, I guess this is the one. There are 20 questions. Oh, Noel, you did it 2 times, right? 18 out of 2, 17, 3, 13 out of 7. Let's see the question. I think I've already gone through this, right? The questions, have I? Already, right?
From the quizzes?
Yes.
I think haven't.
Oh, haven't, huh? Okay, let's see what are the questions. First question is about which of these are performed in the analysis phase. The answer should be perform a detailed analysis of the whole system. Okay, and then the second question, conducting a PI or preliminary investigation is done in which phase? Oh, I forgot to do my recording. One moment. Even if we are not doing tutorial today, but at least we get to do some question. But we, so I wonder what happened. Okay, it's that. Okay, it should be planning. PI is in the first phase, which is system planning. Okay, next is the feasibility study determines whether the project should go forward, means if it's approved, all right, based on the feasibility study in terms of economic, technical, operational, then we'll proceed to the second phase, which is system analysis. So the correct answer is feasibility study. Okay, measures how well the proposed information will work. It should be social and operational feasibility. Will work. It requires the whether it will be in operation efficiently or not. It won't be in use efficiently by the user if there's something like a resistance from them. Okay, that is social and operational feasibility. Okay, everyone got this correct. Technical feasibility, economic feasibility. This one. Select all tangible or quantifiable benefits, all three. Reduce staff costs, increase sales revenue, and also better stock control. And the rest, I believe everyone got the correct answer. Okay, question 15. Can we build it? Refers to technical feasibility and not operational feasibility. If we build it, will they use it? So this is operational feasibility, right? Similar to what's the question just now? How well the proposed system will work. Even though SA they are able to develop the system, but then in the end, if the users they are not going to use it, then it will not work that well, right? Okay, this one, okay, this one, okay. Types of improvement. During the test, Kelvin, you asked about the types of improvement, right? The first question. In fact, you got the question correct, right? Improve performance. And this one is better service. Simplify overtime claims process, improve the registration process, provide customer with up-to-date info. That is better service. Yeah, fairer is not quality information. No wonder. Only the last one is about quality information, but then overall it's about giving the customer or end user better service. And intangible or non-quantifiable benefits, in fact, it is, I think all, yeah, all. All right, improve quality of customer service, improve company image. Okay. Reduce mistake can be quantified. Right, so that is your progress. Okay, so do I have any more in my library? BSAD. No more. So I think I will create new for next week. All right, that's about the thesis. What else? Oh, the tutorial question. The tutorial question for next week is tutorial 7. So meaning we are on track lah. Previously we are ahead of our tutorial, 1 week ahead. Database design, I believe we have we answered the database design? Sudah bahkan? Yeah, we already covered database design tutorial. Yeah, sudah. Right. So now we are in week 7. We are still ahead of the tutorial. Okay, that's good because now we will discuss tutorial 7 next week. So should be just nice, right? And this today I will finish off the procedural designer. Okay, and then for your presentation, you will present the context diagram. And then your in-class work would be on the diagram 0. All right. Okay, let's see. Question 1 is one functional area, one standard error, just to identify error. Question number 2, or construct the structured English. We have learned about the structured English, the if, else, all those. Question 3, decision table. Don't worry about this. You will learn decision table today. I need to pay attention. Yeah, quite popular question as well for system analysis and design. Okay, question number 4, draw a decision table. Right, decision tree, theory. What is it? Advantages compared to decision table and decision tree. Okay, so I will assign the questions accordingly lah, one each. Right, I will do that, and then that is for next week. Okay, now that we are clear, let's continue with the. Anytime you have question, either you turn on your mic and talk to me, or you can type here. And you can also upvote your friend's question. Right, decision table. For decision table, this is another way of we communicate the procedural design in terms of structured English and also pseudocode. It's using spoken English, yeah. And then pseudocode, it's a half programming language. Now, for decision tables, it's in a format of a 4-quadrant table, right? And similar to structured English, we need to identify what's the condition, what's the action. We use a decision table when we want to describe a complex process. Okay, therefore, when we need to identify the conditions and actions, we also call this as a cause-effect chart. And then normally for software engineers, they might use this for their system testing. I'm not sure about your programming, the problem solving, whether you have system testing included in your assignment or not. Okay. Anyway, decision table has 4 quadrants. Okay, this is the left-hand side. This is the right-hand side. Okay, the first quadrant here identify all the conditions. Okay, the second quadrant here identifies all the action. Once you are able to identify condition and action, you get marks already, yeah. And then you have the third quadrant here, the condition entries. This is where you will do how being processed. I will show you yes and no. And then the fourth quadrant is the action entries, where we mark the action using the access lah, right? Before that, if you are wondering what are conditions and action, let me go back to the structured English. Okay, this is an example of a structured English. Notice the if. If signifies condition. Okay, customer has an account, question mark. And then here, customer has no outstanding loan, question mark. Management approval is given, question mark. So from here, I can see there are 3 conditions for us to check. And then how many actions? Overall, I see there are 2 actions. You look at the then part. The action can be we approve the loan or we reject the loan. I hope this one is clear, yeah? So throughout the procedural design under the structured technique, whether it's structured English, whether it's decision table or it's a decision tree, you must first identify what's the condition, what's the action. Structured English, very clear. It's from the if, all right, the if statement. And the action would be the after the then, right? So how about the decision table? Okay, this is the first exercise. Let's start with how to read the table. Remember just now we have 4 quadrants, left-hand side, right-hand side, condition, action, 1, 2, 3, 4. Condition entries, action entries. So this is the condition. Is the product in stock? Question mark. Is the credit status okay? Question mark. So all the conditions are those with question mark, the one that we want to find out. Okay, and then the actions would be here in the second quadrant: accept order, reject order. The third quadrant here would be the condition entries. Okay, condition entries, we use yes and no, yn, right? And then the fourth quadrant is the action entries. Action entries, you need to remember the format. We use X. We don't use tick. Okay, don't use tick, but then use X. Now, how many conditions are there? The answer is 2. How many actions are there? The answer is 2. So far, so good, yeah? And then, how many combinations are there? We are looking at, if you have 2 conditions, how many rules are there? The answer is simple. 2 power of 2 condition is 4. 2 power of 2 is equivalent to 4, so you should have 4 rules. Okay, combinations means the rules. Okay, let's look at one example here. Suppose this is the situation given to you, the case. Say you must get up at around 8 a.m. if you're going to work on time. You go to work on Monday to Friday only and have your weekends free. So whether you will get up or stay in bed. So these are the 2 actions. And what's the condition for you to decide whether you get up or you stay in bed? Number 1, is it at o'clock yet? Question mark. And then another condition is it the weekend? Question mark. Right? So in this case, you have 2 conditions. So 2 power of 2, power of 2 conditions is 4. If you have 3 conditions, then 2 power of 3, which is 8. So you should have 8 rules. In this case, there's only 2 conditions. This is, we fill it up using halving process. Now let me show you how do we do the action entries. It's based on the given scenario. Remember, for system analysis, you will perform fact finding, where you will interview the user, how the current system works. You get info through the questionnaire. You also perform observation to find out about how they do their business. So in this case, you will record what you have found, all right, not only narrative description, but also for the programmers to do their coding. As a SA, you need to come up with a procedural design, in this case a decision table. Okay, so let's check. Is it at o'clock yet? Yes. Is it the weekend? Yes. So stay in bed. It means as long as it's the weekend, stay in bed. No need to see whether it's at the clock, because you can see here as well. As long as it's a weekend, stay in bed. So it doesn't matter whether it's at a clock or it's not at a clock. The answer is stay in bed, right? And then if it's not the weekend, okay, here no, it means it's a Monday to Friday, then it's very important for us to check the time. At the clock yet? Yes. Then I think the yet here is confusing as, is it at a clock? That's more easier. Okay, not. Is it at a clock? Yes. Or we change it. Is it at a clock already? If it's yes, then get up. If it's not yet at a clock, all right, we can still continue with our sleep. Right, so this is one example. If you're asking me, how do I know which action should I mark as a X? That one you need to read the given case. All right. Okay. The steps to construct a decision table already mentioned according to the quadrant. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. Example number 2. This one is to show how we identify the conditions and action. This is the scenario for you. Mutusame is a student studying for exam. If it's a Saturday, he will not study but go visit his friends. On other nights means it's not a Saturday. If it does not rain, he plays tennis. If it rains, he will study at home. So from here, I did mention earlier on, it's very important for us. If you want to do the procedural design as a SA, you should identify what is the condition, what is the action, right? What is the condition, what is the action? Condition means what you want to check for, the question mark. So here, Saturday, is it Saturday? Question mark. Is it raining? Question mark. And then we will mark this as green color, and the actions would be visit friends, play tennis, study. So mark it with red color. Okay, so the first step, identify the conditions. There are 2 conditions. Saturday, raining, question mark. Don't forget the question mark. And the second step is, what are the actions? Visit friends, play tennis, study. Right? So there are 3 actions. To find out the number of combination, then you do this. Okay, 2 power of 2. You find out how many conditions are there. There are 2 conditions, so 2 power of 2. This is the number of conditions. It's equal to 4 combinations. We're talking about the decision rules. How many decision rules are there? A completion, the next step is to fill up the third quadrant, this one. Okay, this is the condition entry. We use the halving process. Let me show you. Altogether, we have 4 rules, correct? So half of 4 is 2. Okay, so we start from the first condition. So we fill up the first 2 with yes, yes. Okay, so far so good, yeah. We are still in the first condition, which is it Saturday, right? So the second half, okay, another 2 rules here, we fill up with no, no. Okay, so that is for the first condition. We do halving. So for the second condition, half of 2, remember we have these 2 yeses and 2 nos, right? Half of 2 is 1. So this is where normally if you have already reached to the final condition, you will get alternating yes and no. Okay, so half of 2 is 1. So yes, no. Okay, half of 2 is 1, right? Yes, no. Are you clear with this?
Oh, yeah.
How about if there are 3? 3 conditions.
9.
Let me get my Jamboard. Hopefully my Jamboard works. Did I share you the Jamboard? Jamboard. Oh, tak ada. In that case, where's my Jamboard? Which one is ours? This one. I think it's this one. I share this. Tunggu anyone in this group. Okay, copy link. Done. Stream. This is our Jamboard. call. Mm, So say for example, let me test. Blue. Okay. So say for example, I have three conditions. If I have three conditions, say condition 1, okay, condition 2, condition 3, okay. So this is my quadrant, just an example. Oh, it's very difficult to draw. And then I have my actions here. So if I have three conditions, then I want to know how many combinations. So in that case, then 2 power of 3. So I should have 8 rules or 8 combination. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, so I have 8 rules. So this is my condition and action. All right. So half of it. Now let me show you the halving process. Okay. Remember that you get marks to fill up the condition. You will get marks to fill up the actions. Right. And then the halving process. This time I have 8 rules. Okay. I have 8 rules. So half of 8 is 4. So yes, 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 yes. Okay, and then the other 4, no, 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 no. Okay, that is for the first condition. Okay, first condition. And then let's move to the second condition. So half of 4 is 2. So yes, yes, no, no. Right? And then for the 4 no, half of 4 is 2. So yes, yes, no, no. Right? And then now we are at the third condition. Third condition, half of 2 is 1. So this is where if you want to check whether your halving process is correct or not, please make sure that when you reach to the final condition, it will be alternating yes and no. Okay, so half of 2 is 1. So yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. Okay, and then finally, the final quadrant is the action entries. This one refers to your scenario given. Okay, so I hope this one clear how to do the halving process. Normally, your question you will get around 3 conditions, so 8 rules. Okay, so let me continue. So far, so good, yeah? So that is the halving process. Yes, no, yes, no. All right. Now, the final step is to complete the action entry. Okay, so the action entry refers to our scenario. So if it's a Saturday, okay, if it is a Saturday, all right, and then it's raining, okay, Saturday and raining, then he will visit his friend. Because as long as it's a Saturday, he will visit friend, right? It's a Saturday, it doesn't rain, but then still it's a Saturday. So as long as it's a Saturday, he will visit his friend. So you notice that these two particular rules, they produce the same action. So later we will see how we can simplify this table. Because here it doesn't matter whether it's raining or not, whether it's yes or no, as long as it is a Saturday, the action is this. So we will look at how to simplify that, right? And then if it's not a Saturday, then it depends. Not a Saturday goes to this one, right? On other nights, then it's very important to check whether it rains or not. If it doesn't rain, so if it's no, then he will play tennis. If it rains, then he will study at home. So here, right? Not a Saturday, it's raining, study at home. If it's not a Saturday, Monday to Friday, and then it's not raining, so he will play tennis. So that is the 4 steps in drawing decision table. This is exercise 2, sales promotion policy. Remember, identify the conditions and action. So in this case, the first condition is to find out whether the customer is a preferred customer or not. Okay, so in green color. And then there's another condition, find out the amount of order. Order 2,000 or more means greater equal to $2,000, right? And then another condition is whether they use the company's charge card. So these are the 3 conditions. What are the actions? 6% discount, additional 5% discount, $20 bonus coupon, $6 bonus coupon. So here for preferred customer, and they also order 2,000 and above, and they also use the company charge card, there will be 2 actions. Give them 6% discount and additional 5% discount. So we can have a look here. So the first step, what are the conditions? These are the 3 conditions. Preferred customer ordered more equal to $2,000, use charge card. And the actions are this, right? So the total number combination, you have 3 conditions, so 2 power of 3, 8 combinations of rules. So the suggested answer is given here. If it's a preferred customer, ordered 2,000 and above, use charge card, look at the action, X here and another X here, right? Some students, they combine, but then if it's clearly shown that it is 2 different actions, then you can have 2 X's, right? Preferred customer ordered 2,000 and above but didn't use the charge card, not eligible for the 5% discount, so only 1 X, right? And then if the customer is a preferred customer but then they didn't order 2,000 and above, you can see here, as long as amount of order is not fulfilling this criteria, then whether or not they use the charge card or not, they will only get $20 bonus coupon as mentioned here. Okay, preferred customer order less than 2,000 will only receive $20 bonus coupon, and there's no indication of must check whether they use company charge card or not. So that's why here, notice that whether it's a yes or whether it's a no, okay, it doesn't matter. As long as this is no, I still get $20 bonus coupon. And finally, all other customers means not a preferred customer. Okay, not a preferred customer, they only get $6 bonus coupon. That's why here, as long as it's no, okay, preferred customer is no, from rule 5 to rule 8, no, 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 no. Doesn't matter about the order amount and the charge card, yes ka, no ka, they only will get $6 bonus coupon. Why? Because they are not the preferred customer. So this is where you need to learn how to simplify the decision table. Normally we simplify the decision table when similar conditions produces not similar or different different conditions. Okay, like here rule 3. No, let me rephrase that. Bukan condition. Condition is this one. Different rules. Okay, these are the different rules. Okay, different rules combination. So rule number 3 and rule number 4. Okay, they are different rules, but then they're producing the same action. Wow. So we need to simplify this. Same goes with rule 5, 6, 7, and 8. They are different rules, 4 different rules, but then they're producing the same action. So we need to simplify this. Okay. Before I show you how to simplify, let's take a look at the third exercise. I make a, what do you call this? Correction. Initially it's 8%, but for myself, it only makes sense if I change it to the 6% discount, right? Here, 6% discount will be given to the customer if, okay, both of these conditions are true. Balance on the account is less than $300 and outstanding less than 4 months old. If both are true, then get discount 6%. If any of these conditions are not true, means it's violated, then the discount allowed is only 4%, right? And then there's another additional condition, which is to check the number of years that have traded. Okay, trading for more than 3 years, they will get additional 2%. Okay, provided that, okay, they will only get additional 2% discount provided that none of these are violated. Okay, let's take a look at the suggested answer. Right. Remember the first two, as long as it is not violated, should get berapa percent? 6%. Okay, so yes, 6%. But then how about this one? This one, because we also check trading more than 3 years, there's an additional 2% discount. So it's a little bit different. Rather than it's mentions additional 2% discount and we put 2x's here, here we use 8% discount. So means 6 plus 2 is 8. So there's only one x here, right? Only one x. Now, for this one, it doesn't violate both rules, both conditions. So it's 6% discount, right? 6% discount. And then, as long as either one is violated, only 4%. Okay, yes, in yes, no, no, yes, no, yes, all 4%. Okay, and it doesn't matter whether the trading years is more than 3. Okay, no need to check already. As long as either one of these two conditions are violated, right? Yes, no, or no, yes, 4% discount. And what else? And here both are violated. If both are violated, it means no discount, because the discount will only be given if both are true, and then even if it's one of it is violated, 4%. So meaning if both are violated, no discount. This is not mentioned explicitly, but according to the scenario given, this is the best action for us to include in our decision table. Okay, so far so good, yeah. Let's see. Any question? No, so I'll continue. This is the one where I mentioned we need to simplify the decision table. We start by removing the redundant condition. What does redundant condition mean? It means different actions produce similar actions. For example, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8, they are redundant. Let's check. 3 and 4, yes. Yes, no, only this one is different, producing the same action. And then this one is no, yes. And then this is, doesn't matter whether it's a yes or no. As long as it's no, yes, action is still 4% discount. In fact, I can combine all this because these are same actions. 7 and 8, as long as both are no, doesn't matter whether the trading is more than 3 years, action is still no discount. So these are what we call as redundant conditions. Okay, different conditions produce similar actions. I don't, redundant condition. I think this one refers to redundant condition entries. Is it rules? Okay. Rules can be combined together systematically, 2 columns at a time, and we use a hyphen, the dash, to replace the entries in the condition. Okay, let's see this. So here, we combine rule 3 and 4. Okay, it says as long as the outstanding is more than 4 months, all 4 months and above. Okay, only this one is true. Okay, we'll get 4% discount, and then put a dash here. Right, and then for rule 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, rule 5 and 6, as long as the outstanding is less than 4 months old, and then if the balance is more than 300, okay, the action is 4% discount. We put a dash here, means it doesn't matter whether it's a yes or no. We are not interested in checking for it. Okay, we only will check trading more than 3 years when both the first 2 conditions are not violated. Okay, and then same goes for rule 7 and 8. Okay, as long as both are violated, no, we're not going to check the trading years. So it doesn't matter whether it's a Y or N, we put a dash. Okay, we put a dash here or hyphen, and then action is no discount. So is it clear about the simplification of the decision table?
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right, so this is another exercise. I still use the same color. Green means condition. Red means the action. Okay, this time it's about sales order processing. How the sales order processing clerk is taking the telephone order. Okay, first check whether the caller means the customer has existing overdue balance, so question mark. And then the second condition, see whether the balance is in excess of the credit limit, question mark. So the second condition. The third condition is not their existing customer, means new customer, yeah, not yet registered as customer. So these are the 3 conditions. Okay, if the customer is their existing customer and then there's no overdue balance, have not exceeded the credit limit, the action is process the order. Okay, and then say for example the customer is not the existing customer, therefore the action is they need to provide their credit references, and then any order placed will be on hold. Meaning, I believe for this organization, they will only process the order if they have registered as their customer. And then what happens if the customer is existing customer, but then they have a balance excess of the credit limit? So what happens is that there are 2 actions. The first action is order will be placed on hold, and another action is refer to section head. So there are 2. But then this one is not highlighted because we already have this highlighted here. A policy for existing customer, they have overdue balance, but within the credit limit. Okay, so meaning still within the credit limit, the action is process the order. Okay, so there are 2 actions. Number 1, process the order, and the second action is generate the reminder letter. Right, so remember the 4 steps in building a decision table. Number 1, identify the conditions. Okay, the first quadrant. Number 2, identify the actions, the second quadrant. So we have 3 conditions: account overdue, credit limit exceeded, not an existing customer. So I put in a not here, then it will make sense. All right, otherwise I cannot make sense of the suggested answer. And then based on what we have here, removing the redundant actions here, list out all the action: process order, obtain reference, place order on hold, refer to section head, send reminder letter. Here I make it much more clearer. Okay, refer to a section head, send reminder letter, right? So how do you know there are add rules combination? We have three conditions. 2 power of 3, you have add conditions, add rules. Now, halving process. Do you know, still remember how to do the halving process? Yes, 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 yes. No, 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 no. And then yes, yes, no, no, yes, yes, no, no. And then finally, for the last condition, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. Okay. All right. So let's look at the first one. Account overdue, yes. Wow. Credit limit exceeded, yes. And then not an existing customer. This is unbelievable rules combination. Okay. So if they're not an existing customer, then they need to obtain the reference. Okay, place order on hold. So what if I want to make sense of this? Okay, as long as the caller is not an existing customer, then they need to create an account. To create an account, they need to obtain reference. And if they place any order, the order will be on hold. That's how I make sense of this. If you refer to rule number 3, okay, and also rule number 5, as long as the caller is not an existing customer, must create the account, register the customer first. So it doesn't matter whether the account is overdue ka, credit limit exceeded ka. You can see here, yes, 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 no, no, yes. It doesn't matter. So I would say that these rules can be combined, okay, or can be simplified because of the similar action here. Okay, and then if the account is overdue, credit limit exceeded, okay, existing customer, put the order on hold, okay, refer to section head. Section head sini ya, here, right, ada missing here. Don't forget, order must be placed on hold, refer to section head. Okay, because of the other balance excess of credit limit. Right, that is rule number 2. Now let's look at rule number 4. Account overdue, tapi credit limit is not exceeding the limit. Yeah, the credit is not exceeding the limit, right? Here, not only send reminder letter, I think there's a missing action. We can still process the order. Let me bring you back here. Okay, existing customer, overdue balance within credit limit. So in this case, still can process the order. You can see this one, yeah? That's why I add the X there. Please make correction in your notes. Process the order, reminder letter for the overdue balances. Okay, so process the order, send reminder letter. Okay, for rule number 6, there's no overdue, but then the credit limit exceeded. What does it mean? It means place the order on hold, refer to section head. So that one is similar to rule number 2. Rule number 2 say that as long as the credit limit has exceeded for existing customer, it doesn't matter the account is overdue or not. What we'll do is we put the order on hold and refer to section head. Right, and then rule 7. Oh, rule 7 is similar to 1, 3, 5, and 7. It means as long as not an existing customer must register as customer, we need to get the credit reference. Right? How about the last rule here, rule number 8? Rule number 8, There's no account overdue, credit limit is not exceed. Okay, and then existing customer, senang cerita, process order. Okay, so we take note on the redundant condition means different conditions with similar actions. So I will simplify. This is an extra slide, yeah, to show you how I simplify the decision table. Okay, and this one I checked from the scenario. Customers requiring an account means not an existing customer lah. Okay, must provide credit references for checking before the account can be opened. Attempt to place an order, then the order is placed on hold. So I'm trying to simplify rules number 1357 because they are not an existing customer. Okay, so this is how I combine them. There's no need for us to check the account whether it's overdue or not. No need to check for the credit limit exceeded or not. As long as the caller is not an existing customer, we do this. Okay, I hope that one is clear. Simplified rules 1357. So rule number 1 remain. Next, what else? I can see that we can also simplify rules 2 and 6. Okay, this is from our scenario. Orders from existing customers with a balance in excess of their credit limit. Or as long as credit limit exceeded, yeah, place the order on hold, refer to section head. Meaning as long as credit limit exceeded, tapi it doesn't matter whether the account overdue or not, then we can see that the order must be put on hold, refer to section head. So this is how I simplify it. Okay, credit limit exceeded, yes. And then existing customer, and then there's no need for us to check account overdue. So we put a dash because it doesn't matter whether it's a Y or no, yes or no, we put a dash. So the action is place order on hold, refer to section head. Okay,
Miss,
and yeah.
the underline X. This one.
Sorry.
The underline X.
Oh, the underline X. That one is from my previous slide because I noticed there's no X in your answer. Do you notice that?
Oh.
This is from my previous slide. There's a missing X here. Okay. By right, it should not be underlined lah. All right. Thank you for asking. Now that we have simplified rules 2 and 6, rule number 2 remains. Okay, and this is our outcome, right? The simplified decision table. So from 8 rules, we only have 4 rules now. Rules combined together systematically written down as one hyphen replacing the entries in the conditions. Means it doesn't matter whether it's a yes or no, as long as it's fulfill a particular condition, right? A very long lecture on simplifying, but then I really hope this one will help you to answer the tutorial as well as the final online assessment. Advantages of using decision table. If we compare this to structured English or pseudocode, it's easy to use decision table to represent complex problem. And then this one is also mentioned in our first slide on decision table. Normally, the person in charge of the system testing, they will use the decision table to see whether they have listed out all the possible combination of testing condition. Okay, so these are the 2 advantages. And next is decision tree. But then I look at the time, it's 3 more minutes to 3 o'clock. Shall we continue? Because I see that context diagram basically okay already last week kan? Okay, Waran? Let's continue lah.
Continue.
Do you need toilet break? 2 minutes?
Okay.
Okay, toilet break. I'm back. If you notice, I've split up the video for today. So the first video would be for the decision or the table. The video is not up yet. Would be on the decision table, and the second video would be on the decision tree. Okay, so I continue, yeah. Now for decision tree, similar. Identify the condition, identify the action. If structured English is using spoken English, right? Decision table, we are using quadrants of 4 table in a table. Then for decision tree, we are using a graphical representation of here it says fallen tree. Okay, why fallen tree? Because the root of the tree will be on your left hand side, and the leaves, the branches and the leaves would be on your right hand side. Okay, here you can see that decision tree is another alternative, right, which can be used to define complex relationship. Structured English only meant for simple scenario, but then for decision table and decision tree, it's okay for the complex procedures in terms of procedural design. Okay, so this is the format that we're using in our syllabus. We're using this conditions and action. You need to draw like a fallen tree. This is the root with the first condition. Notice that you need to name this particular root with the first condition. Okay, and you will see two branches. One is yes, one is no. Okay, so yes, the next one would be the second condition. So what you see in this general format is that we write our condition, okay, on the branches, okay, and then our actions will become the leaves of our tree. Okay, so it will be at the end. It would be very readable if you align it properly, right? Yes, no should be at the, what do you call this? The mini branch. Okay, yes, no. Label it properly. Okay, this is one example. I can see there are two conditions. The first condition is extra bonus. Is there any extra bonus? Yes. Then check whether the payment is more than 50K. If it's yes, then these are the actions. 2% to commission report. There's a special letter. Then there's an award list. If it's extra bonus, yes, but then the payment total is not more than 50K, then only at 1% instead of 2%. There's no special letter, but then award list is included, right? So you can see that we write the condition here on the branches, the actions as the leaves, and then the yes and no must be labeled properly as well. Okay, here if there's no extra bonus, we can see that the second condition should be labeled here for clarity's sake. We still check whether the payment total is more than 50K. If yes, it will be 1%. Okay, there's no award list, but then there's a special letter. If there's a no bonus, payment is not more than 50K, there's no action. So you can see that align it properly. Condition 1 means from the root. Okay, condition 2, if there's another condition, then it will be here. And on the left hand side, align all your actions accordingly. We are looking at the STEM sales promotion policy. We already know what are the conditions. Preferred customer, order 2,000 or more, use the company charge card. And then the rest of the actions are 6% discount, additional 5% discount, $20 bonus coupon, and $6 bonus coupon. Okay, let's take a look here. In your slide, you only see this, but then I took this from our previous slide because I want to show you something. Because normally, if you have this question in the final exam, they might ask you, okay, first draw the decision tree, and then second, draw the equivalence of the decision table of the decision tree using decision table. Or you might be required to draw all three, structured English, decision tree, decision table. So how do you make sure that they are tally to each other? Same thing. Identify what? Condition and action. Now, if you are using decision table, this is your condition. All right, and then the second quadrant is your action. If you're using structured English, all the if statements are your condition. The then part would be your action, right? Now, after we simplify this, let's see. Let me simplify this here. Which rules can we simplify? Can you identify for me? Conditions that produce a similar action.
When preferred customer all no, like that.
Sorry?
When preferred customer is no. And
Oh,
regardless
okay. Rule number 5 to 8. Yes, you are correct. Any more?
regardless of, oh no, never mind.
How about rules 3 and 4?
The
Yeah.
Okay, rules 3 and 4, we can simplify this because as long as okay, if the preferred customer, okay, they didn't order more than 2,000, we are not going to check whether they use the charge card or not. Okay, so let me remove this. Okay, so what will happen? This one must be remain as yes, remain as no. This one change to dash because it doesn't matter whether it's a yes or no. Okay, and then just now Kevin say 5, 6, 7, 8 kan? So let me remove this. Okay, this is how we remove the what do you call redundant rules entry. Okay, so who will get the $6 bonus coupon? As long as they are not the preferred customer, we are not interested in checking their order amount or whether they use the charge card. So I put 2 dashes here lah, because whether it's yes or no, it doesn't matter as long as they are not the preferred customer. So after simplified, how many rules we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so 4 rules, right? 4 rules equivalent to 1, 2, 3, 4 branches. Can you see? Okay, so condition number 1 is here. Condition number 2 is here. Condition number 3 is here. Okay, yes, 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 then 6% additional 5% discount. So yes, 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 6% discount, additional 5% discount. Means this is one particular rule combination. So this is rule number 1. Can you see that? Clear, yeah? And then what happened if preferred customer, yes, ordered more than 2,000 and above, yes. And then this one is no. If this one is no, means yes, yes, no, then only 6% discount, which is correct.
Do you have to do both at the same time? Do the table and the 3 at the same time?
Normally, no. Okay, discard. But then if you refer to your tutorial, which is similar to your final exam question, you will be given a scenario, asked to draw a decision table, and then after that, draw the decision tree. Previously, I also saw, okay, you are given, not given a narrative description, but you're given a structured English, and based on the structured English, draw a decision tree, and from the decision tree, next one, draw the decision table, something like that. This is like a free bonus mark for students, as long as you all can remember or identify the correct conditions and actions. Okay. Does that answer your question, Kelvin? So
Never mind.
Okay. So if you have so just now we already simplify, right? 1, 2, 3, and 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. That is how we compare whether our answers are correct or not, right? Exercise 2, okay, I identified accordingly. The green color is the condition, right? if the payment is received with order question mark, and then if the items is in stock or not, and then there's another condition if the credit evaluation is done or not, right? And I think this is I did a correction because it doesn't really make sense. If the item is not in stock, a record of the customer's orders. I think this one is typo lah. So change it to a record of the customer's orders is to be made. Means need to KIV it in a file lah. All right. And then the answer is given here. So you try to see the final solution. This one you need to try on your own. You need to try this on your own. Do not look at this answer first. But what I want you all to look at would be the format. The conditions, write it on the branches. Okay. And then don't forget to label your yes and no and align your action nicely on the right most of your tree, right? And we're done with the decision tree. So like what I mentioned on Monday, with the procedural design has been covered, where we focus on structured English, decision table, and decision tree. That concludes our procedural design. And you can see that the output for the system design phase would be the STS. Okay, STS, a set of documents to record details of the design prepared by the SA. So from our previous chapter, it includes the user interface design, the database design. Don't forget the report design as well. Okay, and finally, to conclude our chapter for system design, you need to know the 3 good design characteristics important for system analysts to take note during the system design phase of the SDLC. Right, so the first good characteristic is modularity. I believe you learned this during your problem solving, okay, programming. Modularity means you partition the system into smaller subsystems. Okay, like if this is your main system, separate it into modules and then separate it further into sub-modules. And then you need to make sure that each module perform a single task, a particular task. And I add this one in. You can take this down also. Each module can be independently developed to perform a particular task. This is what we call as modularity. If you refer to this diagram, this is not a high modularity design, which is not good. We go for high modularity design. This is low modularity because you look at this. This particular module can be accessed by 2 parent modules, so it's a bit confusing. Low modularity. Very high modularity means each module will be designed to perform a particular task. Now, I add in this one also, yeah. What's the benefits of having high modularity in design? Easy to understand, to code and maintain the system. Okay, so I add in this one, yeah, benefits of high modularity. So in terms of modularity, we go for high modularity. Means we partition our main system into smaller modules. Then we can get our programmers to do the coding of the various modules at the same time. Example like this, we have an inventory control system with these 4 modules. We can get our 4 programmers to code these 4 modules. So this is very modular, right? Now, another good design characteristic is in terms of coupling. Coupling means the dependence between the modules. High coupling means the modules, they are tightly connected. We don't want this. Okay, tightly connected means the modules are highly dependent on each other, where data tends to pass between them. I think this one is not in your notes. I add it in. Okay. What is the effect if the modules are highly dependent on each other? It means if there's an error in one module, it can affect other modules. Okay, if you modify one module, then you need to also modify the other modules. This is side coupling, which we don't want. So this diagram shows that a module B depend on module A. This is not good. So for modularity, we go for high modularity. For coupling, we go for low coupling. Okay, I added in this part in my slide. You can check this down also. What is the benefit of low coupling in design? The program in the module would unlikely to affect another module. This is what we want. For example, if one module is modified or debugged, the other may not be required to be modified. Okay, we go for low coupling. Okay, and this is an example of loose dependency, means low coupling. For module A, module B, I separated. In fact, this one should be in one image, but I split it so that easier for you to see module A, module B. Module A is to compute the total cells. Okay, and then module A will call calculate the cells text, just to calculate the cells text. So this is module B. The function is to compute the cells text, right? So if say the rate is changed 3, 4, 5% change to 4, 5, 6%, then programmer will only need to change modify module B. Is it required to modify module A? No need. Okay, this is what we call loose dependency between module A and module B, showing that we go for what? Low coupling in the design. So far, so good, yeah? So one more, which is cohesion. A cohesion is the functional relationship within the module's instruction, the codes in the module. Okay, it is highly cohesive if all the codes or instruction in the module accomplish one single task. Okay, so what is the benefit of having a high cohesion module design? Very efficient, it's well structured, easy to code, and also easy to debug. I noticed there's a typo in the slide. Okay, and if you look at this module, okay, the explanation is given here. This particular module has very high cohesion. Every single line of code performs only one single task, which is calculate the cells text. Okay, cells text is this. If this one cell text is this, if it then cells text formula is this. Otherwise, the cells text is this. So all the codes inside this module perform one single task, which is to calculate cells. So when they perform one single task, we will say it's very cohesive, high cohesive. Here is an example of a module that is low in cohesiveness. For a module to perform record updating. The reason is that they are performing 3 separate functions in one module. So this is really not good. So remember, yeah, when you do your programming, now you're doing visual programming. So if you need to have a function, don't do a function that perform various tasks in one module or one function. If we refer to the good characteristics of a system design, we go for, what was it? High modularity, low coupling, high cohesion. Okay, so with this, Finally, we have completed our chapter 7, procedural design. Take a while to finish. Right. So I think I can end my lecture and we can go to our next meet. Let's go to our next meet and you all will start presenting at what's the time now? 3:30 lah. Okay, 3:30.
Okay.
All right. See you. Okay, it's 3:30. We wait for Farah to join us, yeah? Okay, you can get ready with your presentation slide. For the time being, let me mark your attendance. Oh, okay, okay. I mark your attendance first. Right. All present. Okay, next for practical. All present. Okay, so I'm done with your attendance. Let me log out. So are you ready?
Oh yeah.
Okay, whenever you're ready, present your screen, yeah?
Good afternoon. Today our group will be presenting the system analysis, fact recording.
Okay, good afternoon.
And the agenda for today is first is DFD introduction, and secondly is the context diagram. So
Okay, go ahead.
as for the DFD introduction, in Speedbus, a customer will ask if a booking of a specific route is available or not. If there is an available booking, the customer will need to pay by providing their banking details or credit card details. And then after the banking details and credit details is valid from the system and the customer payment is successful, then the booking details will be recorded into the BP system. After the booking details is processed, a ticket will be generated and will be given to the customer. If the customer decided to change their mind and cancel their bookings, they must provide their booking details that is found on their tickets. So the sales staff will then check if the booking details is found within the system. And if there is a match, then the customer will be penalized 20% of the total purchase amount and receive the remaining refund.
Can you decide on when to penalize the full 20%? Perhaps if like they cancel the day before, then penalize 20%. But if it's done like 1 month before, 1 week before, then it will be different.
In this case, I think any don't
Penalize,
have
don't
as
have.
long yeah, don't have as long they cancel, then they
So I
penalize. Yeah.
can see your decision table or decision tree already. But then there's no checking for the penalizing. The action is straight away 20% penalized. Okay, I can see already. So this is where the procedural design will come in. But for our case study, I think there's no procedural design included. And then there's one more, another question is that because you mentioned, where was it? if they want to cancel, they must provide their booking detail found on their tickets. But in the previous sentence, the other mentioned about the system will generate tickets for the customer. Can you correct me if I'm wrong? Did you miss it?
Generate ticket, line 5.
Line 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, yeah. Okay, I see it already. After the booking details is processed, a ticket will be, okay, very good. Continue.
And the sales administrator is responsible
One
to
moment, Noel. I forgot to record. Sorry.
no.
Wait until the record button is activated, then you continue.
Okay.
Yes.
So the sales administrator is responsible to perform the file maintenance by accessing the data store within the system and make changes accordingly. And lastly, the sales manager will request the sales report from the system for from time to time for decision making purpose for SpeedPass, for the future of SpeedPass. Yeah.
Okay, I think I like your description, a very nice narrative description. So I will base on the this introduction when I check your context diagram and also the diagram 0 next week lah. Okay, proceed with your context diagram. Who's going to present?
So I deliver my presentation to Farah.
All right. Oh no.
Uh, to Kelvin lah.
Okay. Yeah, Noel, while waiting, how do you join using your extra mic? Is that your phone?
Yeah, now I'm using my phone.
You use your phone. I never try using phone. So let me see. Is there any setting where you are allowed to choose join with something?
Means
Oh, I see. Because mine, I'm using the my what do you call this? My laptop's mic. Okay, Kelvin, you're ready?
Yes.
Okay,
I will
continue.
be presenting the context diagram. This is the context diagram with the custom the bus ticketing system with, and then customer, a link to the customer sales registration, bank card from, and the sales manager. Yes. Not sure how to continue. Not sure how to continue present. If the customer make the payment,
Kelvin, you start from, remember you all have the introduction. So I think if you explain from the top, then we can see whether the context diagram is correct or not lah.
explain from the top.
That, oh yeah, correct. Intro.
I, mm, uh, like shit. I can reference the intro to. Never mind.
The intro is not here. Can you go to the previous slide?
Bus ticketing system. Customer will ask for
Okay.
booking.
That one.
They'll ask for booking.
Booking details, so I can see the data block, correct? Continue, yeah?
And then if there's a available booking, the customer will need to pay, providing a bank credit details.
Oh, how about copy the line by line? I mean, for the one process, put it in the chat box, and we
Doing
can
it.
refer at the chat box. Can copy the text.
Oh, wait, I just changed the presentation.
Okay. Oh,
Still
okay. Can work also. Boleh juga lah.
bigger. Okay.
Okay. Boleh, boleh.
Yeah. If there's a available booking, it will check the pay, and then the customer, it will check the booking, and then the customer will need to pay if there's booking, and then show the details, the banking detail, credit card detail. Yeah, like here, they check the
So
booking.
there's booking detail, payment detail. Okay, I see the two data flow going into the system. Continue.
And then if there's banking, if the banking detail, credit card detail is valid, and the customer payment successful, then the booking detail will be recorded into the BT system, fast ticketing system.
I believe this one will not be shown in context diagram lah.
Yeah, should be in the diagram 0.
Yes,
PFD.
correct.
And then continue. After the booking detail process, a ticket will be generated and will be given to the customer.
Okay, I can see the ticket data flow. Continue.
The customer decide to change their mind and cancel their booking, they must provide their booking details that is found on their tickets.
So what are the data flows shown in your context diagram? So cancellation detail, and then the system will provide the refund detail. Any other, we'll check if there's a match. I think it's complete. Continue.
Sales staff will then check the booking detail is found in the system. If there's a match, the customer will penalize 20% of the total purchase and then receive the remaining refund.
So that's the refund detail, right? Okay, continue.
The sales administrator is responsible to perform file maintenance by accessing the data store within the system and make changes accordingly. Don't think.
So I can see you have the sales administrator external entity there. All right, updated, and also the current. Okay, I can see that.
That's all.
Ada
Then
lagi tu?
the sales report, we can also get sales report for the sales manager and by collecting
So
the data.
here sales manager is the secondary user lah. They will get the report from the BT system. Oh yeah, I can see that there are bank and card firm. So depending on whether it's a credit card or debit card, is it? Okay, card detail confirmation, banking detail confirmation. Okay, so I agree. Oh, very good for the context diagram. I can give you a full mark. Agree?
Yes, more marks. Okay.
Oh, I'm so happy today. Okay, my turn to present. Oh, so your effort to stay until what time you all stay last week? 5:36. And so this is your mark for today. Content completion and correctness. This is week 7. Okay. Berapa tu? 10. Wow, 10 marks. Woohoo. Mm, and then presentation. Okay, 5 marks. Sarah, you need to fix your mic or learn how to use your phone. Okay, so for your 10 and 5 kan? And for your in-class work today, let me see the time now is 3:45. Let's see. Because last week I asked you all to come up with the diagram 0 also. So I believe for today, I want you to show me your main processes. Okay, the main processes that you have with the external entities that you have in your context diagram. That's it. Okay. So as long as you can show me your main processes today, then you're done with your in-class work. So let me know once you're ready lah.
Okay.
Okay, so you can put in the chat box or you can talk to me. All right.
Okay. Miss.
Oh, okay. But then you need to remember the complete diagram 0. I will only check next week. Are you trying to do everything today?
Oh yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Oh, we
sorry.
didn't. Probably not complete yet. Probably.
As long as you show me the main processes, should be okay already. As for the data flows, balance or not balance with your context diagram, I will check that thoroughly during your presentation next week. Today is only for your in-class work lah. I just want to see the main processes. Are they ready?
Yeah.
Then you can show to me.
So cannot see from the Google Google Docs. So instead, I just direct present here.
Okay. So what is the first process?
Booking ticket.
Change the process name, start with verb. Yeah, booking is not a verb. Book ticket, because process 2, what is that? Process 3 is cancel ticket. So this is the these are the processes that can be done by the BT system. Means the BT system can book a ticket. Okay, book ticket, receive payment. Okay, the system. If you use the word receive payment, there's no transformation happening. Say you have the input data flow with the output data flow. There's I cannot see any transformation of the data. It means that you are just receiving the payment. Are you doing any other things? Referring to your data flow, macam you are doing something else?
For receive payment.
Sorry?
For receive payment. This one.
Yes, yes. You're not
Mm,
doing receive payment only, right? There are more than that.
this one, the generate report.
I'm still talking about the process too. The naming of the process. If you still maintain as receive, it means the process input and output will be the same because you are only receiving set into the data store. That's it. There's no further processing done. You need to rename that.
Because this one I refer to the lecture notes.
Yeah, but the lecture notes, right? Let me see. For the lecture notes, it. I think I need to.
The payment, the receipt payment
The concert ticket, kan?
also need the
The concert
details.
ticket.
Also
Yeah,
need the details from the ticket and
I
receipt.
can see that from the lecture notes, it mentioned receive payment. But if you notice in our notes, it also mentioned. Let me go back to the mana to process. Okay, process definition of process is that it describes the main transformation that take place. So by right, it should change incoming data flow into outgoing data flow. If you use the word receive, means you receive it from the external entity and then store it into the data store. That's it. Means there's no further changes to the incoming data flow. But in your case, can you refer to your intro just now? What does it say about your mana to payment? Line number, itu kah?
The after payment.
Okay, so the first process just now is book ticket. So book ticket is from where to where?
customer to a ticket.
Customer book ticket, booking.
Oh yeah, this one got the black hole.
Okay, so book ticket. So either your introduction need to be further refined, or you need to change your processes there. Because for the book of the ticket, input is what? Go back to your introduction. Booking detail, all right? Okay, booking detail. Your introduction is not that clear because your introduction is not process by process. If you can make it clear process by process, then it will be very easy for you to draw your diagram 0, and also later when you need to do the FDD, functional design.
Oh,
Okay, and then what else? One moment, yeah. If the banking details and credit card details is valid, means you are verifying customer payment is successful, then the booking details will be recorded into the BT system. So this is a arrow going back to the data store. Okay, show me your diagram 0 again. So receive payment from the customer. So get the seat detail from the notes. Let me go back to the notes just now. The concert ticket. New reservation. Is it something like to verify the payment?
oh yeah, so from this process, go to the either credit card firm or the bank.
Kan? It's not only receiving. There's something is being done with the
Oh,
payment. You agree?
So we just
This
remove
is
the receiver, and then we just put
rename.
payment on it. Just put
You need
payment on
to
it.
rename. Yes. So this is what it means in the lecture notes, that the naming of your process must start with a verb to show the main transformation. I know
No
that
need,
you
just payment only, right? Just write payment only, right?
No. We need the verb validate payment, correct?
Oh, okay.
Means this is what will be done by the BT system. BT system will book the ticket and then validate the payment. I think process number 1 need to rename also, because if you mention book ticket, the output by right should be the ticket. I think you need to rename the verb. That's why you are stuck there, right? A black hole, right?
oh yeah.
How should you rename that? What is it doing? So this is,
I think
go back to your introduction, process by process you explain.
I think
It's not that clear, right?
yeah. Miss, if like this one split again into another process into 2 process.
What would be the processes?
So the first one is receive booking, and the second one is generate tickets. Something like
Oh,
that.
macam boleh. Let's see. In the notes, the process one is accept reservation, but then the verb is not suitable. If you just accepting, okay, I understand sudah. Okay. Yeah. If you want to split it into 2 processes, also no problem. As long as each of the process, there's no black hole, there's no miracle, and then rename the process accordingly. And then make sure for next week, redo your introduction so that the explanation now is process by process lah. So it's easier.
Oh.
Let me see. Cancel ticket. You look at the data flow. Crisscrossing each other. Okay, my suggestion is you can create a repeated data store or repeated entity. Okay, and then mark it accordingly.
Can we just copy paste the bus trip and then put it near the maintain system file there?
Maintain.
Just make an extra box, make an extra bus trip there. And
repeated data store, boleh?
Yeah,
No problem. So that there's no crisscrossing of data flow. But then for data flow, repeated data flow, how do you mark it as repeated? Let me see. I think it's an asterisk. Oh, no. Double vertical line, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh.
Let's see. Double vertical line. DFD rules. You search under repeated diagrams. For repeated data store, at the ID there, there will be a double line, vertical line, and then for repeated entity, there's a diagonal line at the top left hand corner of the rectangle. So you can refer to how you mark the data store as repeated data store lah. Okay, so you refer to your notes. So that is cancel ticket. What is the input? So I think I will only check this next week during your presentation, where I will refer to your introduction. Okay, process by process. So that is what you need to do. And then maintain system file. Maintain system file. Okay, and then you have generate report. Okay, so you have the file maintenance, you have the report. Okay, enough. Okay, should be good enough. And just now, if you want to add one more process, it's okay as long as everything tally lah. So for today, in classwork, I'm satisfied with your work. I give you all 3 full mark, 5, 5, 5, and set. Good job. So next week, then I will do very thorough checking.
Okay, Miss.
Okay, any other question? If no, let me show you the tutorial. Okay, so this is tutorial 7. There are 4 questions. This time, I rotate to Farrell, Kelvin, Noel. Okay, so Farrell, question 1, question 2, Kelvin, structured English, question 3, Noel, similar sales promotion policy. For Kelvin, this is for transaction process. You need to come up with your own understanding on the structured English, but then in the question it is mentioned what's the processes are. Question 4, the A, B, C. So Farrell, question A, you draw the decision table for the customer loyalty scheme. B, Kelvin, okay, this one is theory question. And C, Noel, you draw the decision tree. So hopefully Farrell and Noel can check each other answer. Remember how I put the table and tree together to see that they are correct, yeah. Condition, actions, and also the yes and no lah. Okay, I think that's about all today. Okay, so I can close this. Stop the recording. Okay, so bye-bye for today.
Okay, thank you, Miss.
Welcome, bye.